to do so, visit the merch shop. Thank you for supporting this channel. This is Wonders of a Black Woman. Hey, ladies, I want to talk to you about this case in Alabama about the Home Depot murder. And what strikes me about this case is how the mother of the suspect planned and promoted and pushed her 20-year-old son to murder the 18-year-old mother of his child. A little background: Brooklyn Sims got pregnant at 16 years old. She had the baby. It was a rocky relationship with Keith Agee, and he domestically abused her. And she did what a smart young lady would do. She broke up with him and, went through the legal processes of trying to keep her and her child safe. And it culminated into this young man throwing his life away and throwing away the mother of his child by killing her. What makes it so sick and disgusting is that his own mother, instead of telling him, "Why are you beating that girl? You shouldn't be beating that girl. Keep your hands to yourself. I'm not raising you to be an abuser. You need to respect her. She's the mother of your child. Okay, the relationship obviously is not working out. You two don't have to be in a relationship, but you need to do what you have to do to be a stand-up man and take care of your responsibilities." Oh no, not this woman. Not her. She encourages and demands that her son escalate the violence.
A bombshell revelation in that Home Depot shooting that killed an 18-year-old woman on Friday. The suspect, Keith Agee's mother, is now facing charges. Sheila Agee, arrested last night in Washington County, Alabama, charged with principal to first-degree murder. The 50-year-old now in custody for extradition to Pensacola.
The Escambia Sheriff's Office announcing her arrest, releasing excerpts from text messages between Sheila and Keith Agee. Investigators say the sometimes explicit messages show the pair plotted to kill 18-year-old Brooklyn Sims. Tanner Stewart learned the suspect's mother was on the scene at the time of the shooting.
As friends and family gathered Monday night to remember the victim from Friday's Home Depot shooting, a familiar face caught on camera by our crews. Sheila Agee, the mother of shooting suspect Keith Agee, was seen in attendance. Not long after this, she was arrested and charged with principal to first-degree murder.
I don't know that I'm aware of one that kind of took this particular type of a turn. They filled me in that, hey, we've got, there's someone else involved in this thing, and okay, that happens a lot. Rarely does it involve the mother. Rarely does it involve the mother that's actually at the scene and that actually gave a ride to the victim.
Sheriff Chip Simmons telling me today that both Agee and the victim, Brooklyn Sims, rode to work together on the day of the shooting. Domestic cases like this aren't uncommon, the sheriff says. What is rare, though, is the mother-son connection.
His mother was apparently at the store. His mother was also employed. The victim in this case. And again, as they started to tell me what these text messages said, I was in disbelief. I cannot believe that this individual was not just cooperating with her son, but also appeared to be arranging it, helping him out, and letting him know exactly where he needs to go.
Keith Agee said he was going to kill Sims. Agee telling his mother in a text, "I can't take it," expletive. According to Sims' family members, the two had been involved in a rocky relationship. Sheila Agee appeared to egg on her son. One text says, quote,
"If you don't come kill her, you a."
Another reads,
"I'll give you the address here,
meaning Pensacola,
and you can ride over here and do it so you don't have to do it in front of your daughter."
The apparent plan? To get Sims in Sheila Agee's car. This text reads,
"Don't shoot at my car. I don't want to die. Wait till I put her out."
telling her son she doesn't care what he does, just, quote, "don't shoot me." The messages continue, with each telling one another to delete the text, with Sheila saying, "Hold up, let me get it erased, the text, because I don't want nobody to know I was texting you." Deputies were still able to recover and share some of them.
Is there one message that really set things apart?
I think the one that gets me is don't shoot at my car. I'm gonna be in my car. Don't be careful. Don't shoot my car. Don't shoot me. And he says I won't. It's just that cold reality of what you're reading. And the intent that was involved there. I think that's really the most shocking part.
And of course, we've had team coverage on the shooting since Friday. You can see all of the stories from the shooting, identifying the victim and the text message exchange between the suspect and mother on our website, weartv.com.
Tonight, the family
That
of the
is
woman who was killed in that Home
absolutely
Depot shooting in
outrageous.
Pensacola on Friday.
I
Brooklyn
mean, it's
Sims.
absolutely
Her family has reacted.
outrageous that she would, obviously she's abusive to her son. And a lot of times when these women are abusive to their sons go out and take their anger on the women that they date, especially if the woman has a child for the man who's been emasculated and abused by his mother. Because the woman that the girlfriend or the wife becomes the recipient of all of the psychological and abuse and trauma that he's going to direct at the girlfriend or the wife. He's not going to direct it at the mother. He's going to direct it at the girlfriend or the wife. You have to be careful of who you date out here. Get to understand the dynamics of the relationship that the man has with his mother. And if he was abused by his mother, then did he get help for that? Did he get counseling? How is he coping with that trauma? Because a lot of times these guys will come off like the most wonderful man in the world. But once you start peeling back the layers, or especially if you become a mother of their child, that's when all of that trauma that's been hiding in that trauma chest within them gets unlocked and opened up, and all of it's going to start coming out at you. So the family reacts to this. I'm sure that they are beyond belief. Not only because her ex-boyfriend and the father of her child did this, but the involvement of the mother.
To the text messages we showed you at the top of the newscast, Andrea Ramey spoke to them earlier today and has a look at the accused shooter's troubled history.
He was, choking her.
Brooklyn Sims' cousin, Roxana Roberson, says the first time 20-year-old Keith Agee became physically violent with Brooklyn, she was pregnant with their now 22-month-old daughter, Casey.
What did I say? Now, before then, he wasn't violent towards her. When she got pregnant with that baby, and this happens in a lot of abuse cases, that's when, for the first time, when you either are pregnant or have the baby by some of these guys, that's when they'll start to abuse you, because they're dealing with, or have not dealt with, a lot of traumas that has been lying dormant inside of them, and you become the recipient of all of that rage and that anger and that sadness. And yeah.
She was pregnant with their now 22-month-old daughter, Casey.
The first incident was pretty aggressive, which was why she initially got the protective order.
Roxana says Brooklyn hadn't seen Keith since Casey was 2 months old, when again she says he erupted in anger.
He destroyed the windows, and he threw a glass and destroyed the TV.
Other women described similar menacing and threatening behavior in 2 separate protection from abuse orders filed against Keith earlier this year. One woman wrote in her petition to the court that Keith pushed her, stomped on her, and destroyed her property. She said he was also threatening to shoot her mother. Police say Keith pulled the trigger Friday and murdered the mother of his daughter while she was working at Home Depot.
They haven't had any contact for quite a while, so that's another reason that the family was shocked that this had taken place.
Roxana says what's more shocking are the text exchanges police released between Keith and his mother, Sheila, who drove Brooklyn to work and worked alongside her Friday. Brooklyn's sister tells us she FaceTimed with Brooklyn and Sheila while they were on a work break 2 hours before the shooting. She says everyone was laughing and talking about their weekend plans of taking Casey to the splash pad. Plans that text messages reveal Sheila knew weren't going to happen.
And if you look at the text message, she's telling him, make sure that you don't shoot me. And if you don't shoot her, you are a bleeping. It's like she was almost daring her son to take someone else's life. Who does that?
And of course, her bond was denied. She had a bond hearing yesterday.
This is one charge of homicide. Would you like to have an attorney if you want to help you?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jack Wilkins from Mississippi, and I'm assisting Mr. Ravi. He's unavailable for today, so I'm covering her first appearance. Presently, Your Honor, I believe she is before the court on a no bond on principle to premeditated first-degree murder.
Yes.
Would ask that bond be addressed, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Mr. Myers.
Yes, Your Honor. You've read the report. This was a warrant where the judge issuing the warrant issued a no bond. She's not entitled to a bond. She's from Alabama. This is a capital offense. You have read the report. This is a serious offense with significant evidence. It's a mandatory life sentence. If she's convicted, it will obviously be taken before a grand jury. We ask that in the meantime it remains out of no bond.
Mr. Wilkins, anything else on this?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. As far as the evidence is concerned, Mr. Myers is correct. This is a capital offense that was perpetrated, allegedly perpetrated by her son, and she is a principal to the alleged incident. The majority of the evidence that the court has reviewed is text messages that were taken out of context, and Your Honor, to my knowledge, she has little or no prior criminal history that would support such a charge, notwithstanding the fact that the state is correct that she's not entitled as a matter of right for a bond. However, the first appearance judge can still issue a bond and would be asking for a $250,000 bond, cash or professional, Your Honor, with a monitor should the court require one, notwithstanding the fact that she is in Alabama as her residence. She can be made to find lodging here in this jurisdiction, Your Honor. So again, we'd be requesting a $250,000 cash professional bond and with a monitor and pretrial services to monitor her activities while she's in Escambia County.
All right, thank you, sir. At this time, the bond will remain a no bond. You'll be ordered to have no contact with any witnesses in the case. Is it 8 September, Madam Clerk?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am, your next court date is 8 September, okay?
Your Honor, also in addition, can we give the court order no contact with the victims? We have 2 other individuals that were shot or their family.
No contact with witnesses, no contact with victims or families.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
And Your Honor, to make sure, I'm not sure if I made the record clear, I'm appearing on behalf of Mr. Rabi, who is going to be the counsel of record.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you.
May I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
This is absolutely disgusting that this woman would, egg her son, plot and egg her son up to go murder the mother of her grandchild. And of course she's not getting any bond. And her son needs to make a plea bargain and really let the people know how this woman psychologically abused him and pushed him and pressured him to go kill this girl. Because had it not been for his mother, would he have done that? Because there wasn't any contact between the victim and the shooter for a long time. I mean, he had left her alone. It's this woman here that egged it on. And it is absolutely disgusting and disgraceful. Absolutely disgusting and disgraceful. Some of these women, when it comes to their sons and their sons dating and marrying, they are a beast. She has the nerve to say that her texts were taken out of context. I mean, she's gonna lie and slither and snake around to the very end. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please keep this little girl who is now motherless in your prayers, and pray for the soul of the victim, and pray for just this young man. I think, he threw his life away. I mean, he's 20 years old, could spend the rest of his life in jail because of an irresponsible, horrible action. And I'm not sure if he would have done this if it weren't for his snake of a mother. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below if you're so motivated to do so. Visit the merch shop. Peace.